Hi, my name is Jane with Honey Run Farm, and today I'm creating a quick video to show you how to degranulate raw honey that has gone from liquid to solid. So when the honey comes from the beehive, it is in liquid form, but we keep our honey raw, which means that over time it will granulate. Granulation is simply a natural process when the honey starts to get grainy and thick. And some people actually prefer it this way because you can easily spread it with a knife. You can scoop it out with a spoon, but if you prefer using honey in a squeeze bottle and you want it to be in liquid form, then you can easily bring this honey back to liquid by slowly warming it. So the way I like to do this is I like to use my crock pot, and I'll just put about a quart of water in the crock pot and set the jar right down in it. If you have a squeeze bottle, you can do that as well. It's important not to turn the crock pot too hot, so I've started out by putting it on low, and I'm going to come back later and check the temperature. I want to keep the temperature under 100 degrees, and we do that to keep the honey raw. Raw honey has enzymes which are good for digestion, and that will also help your honey to retain any micronutrients. All those good parts of honey are only there if you keep the honey raw. So we try to use a low, slow heat. If you don't have a crock pot, you can do this on the stove, but you just don't want to boil the honey, and you don't want to put it in the microwave because the microwave can create hot spots and it can actually melt your plastic, which we all know is not the best. So I will come back a little bit later and show you the progress on this honey, see how long it takes to bring it back to liquid, and hopefully you will learn something new about how to degranulate your honey. So a quick update on where we are now. I have checked the temperature of the water in my crock pot, and it's a little bit over 100 degrees. So I turned the crock pot from low to warm. So that'll decrease that temperature so we don't go too hot too fast. And as you can see, it is really starting to degranulate. It's now pretty much liquid. I've been shaking it a little bit. You can still see some crystals left in there, but it's getting nice and runny. So I have it turned down to warm. I'll leave it in here a little bit longer, close the lid, check back in an hour or so, and see where we're at. So checking back in, our honey has now completely liquefied, no more crystals. If you store your honey in a cool spot and don't use it very quickly, you might find that you need to degranulate it again in a month or two. If there's any crystals left at all, they actually act as a seed and they will form more granules. So you might have to repeat this process several times, but thankfully it doesn't take long, and you can always return your solid honey back to liquid.